serving God, you want to give up and quit.
Right.
But I want to encourage you today that you've prayed too many prayers, sang too many songs, cried too many tears to give up now. Amen. But I have to remind you, for you that may have forgotten that, the Lord didn't bring us this far just to leave us. Amen. Because I know that sometimes you may feel that God has turned his face against you and have forsaken and abandoned you. Have you ever felt lonely sometimes? Even as Christians, sometimes we don't know if God is with us or not. Amen. But if you don't feel that way right now, you just keep on living. Wait a while. You probably somewhere down the road of life, you'll experience it. But always remember what Hebrews 13:5 says. For the Lord, he said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Some of you this afternoon have been running for the Lord a long time. You've come a long ways where you started from, and the road hasn't always been easy. As a matter of fact, this worship experience is wonderful, but when you get outside those doors, that's when reality sets in. It's all right to worship and praise God, but the real test of your faith, whether or not you believe God is with you, is when you step out.
That's right.
You've had some difficult situations. You've been through some life-threatening storms, a long life journey. But I want to remind you, brothers and sisters, no matter what you're going through today, I don't believe the Lord brought you this far just to leave you. There will come times in your life when mountains of difficulty may have hemmed you on every side. But I don't believe the Lord brought you this far just to leave you. There will come times in your life when the sea of tribulation may be pulling you under for the last time. But I don't believe the Lord brought you this far just to leave you. There will come times in life when the enemies of despair might just try to destroy you, but I don't believe the Lord brought you this far just to leave you. Yeah, there will come times in your life when you must walk through the valley of the shadow of death, but I don't believe the Lord brought you this far just to leave you. As we look at this text, understand the Hebrew name for David means beloved. David is the only person in the Bible whose epitaph reads, a man after God's own heart. David was born in 1040 BC and was the youngest son of Jesse. Some describe him as a good-looking brother, having a healthy red color and bright eyes. 1 Samuel 16:2 says he was anointed as a boy to be God's chosen king by the prophet Samuel. And from that day on, the Spirit remained with him for the rest of his life. Can I tell you, some of us, our anointing came when we came out of mama's womb. You're here today not because you were some great person, but God already touched your life long time ago. And he was an anointed boy. He was God's chosen king to be by the prophet Samuel. And from that day on, the Spirit remained with him for the rest of his life. Let me share with you briefly a picture of David's life journey. David is now old and he has experienced some difficult times in his life. He's experienced many different things. As a shepherd boy, he was a musician, a fugitive in the wilderness, a warrior, a king, a husband of several wives. Don't get no ideas. No. A parent of wayward children. He experienced numerous attempts on his life, betrayal, rebellion, failures, friendship, love, and joy. David has seen a lot and been through a lot in his life, even from his childhood as a boy. In other words, David has been around the block a few times. And he understood what life was about. In verse 25, I can hear David's testimony as he looks back over his life and says, I've been young, and now I'm old. But yet, I've never seen God forsake me or receive begging bread. Yeah, my brothers and sisters, the opening words of this text in Psalm 37 and 25 could have been written by any of us. For they speak to many of us who have been through some things in our lifetime. I'm looking out here today. I know we've been through some. But it says, I've been old, I've been young, and I'm old. Whether we want to admit it or not, day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second, you're getting older. All you young kids out there, just realize you're going to be old one day. You're going to get old one day. You must understand that the old gray man just ain't what she used to be. But I saw Reverend Boone's wife coming down now. She still got the step. Sometimes you can find some renewed energy if the right music is on. But it still won't be like it used to be. We must accept the fact, brothers and sisters, sooner or later, Father Time catches up with us all. We have to say like the old song says, the old gray man, what it used to be. Understand, time brings about a change. My brothers and sisters, David here reminds us of one thing that never changes. God never changes. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And if we look back over our life, we will have to realize down through the years, the Lord has been good to us. Can I get a witness? David, he talks about the goodness of God in the past tense of his life. He says, I've been young. In other words, God has been good to me when I was young. He's still good to me when I'm old. Yeah. Listen to what David is trying to tell us today. What David is saying ought to encourage us today. Listen to what he says. I was young and now I'm old, yet I've never seen the righteous forsaken. I was a young boy. I faced lions and bears while taking care of sheep, yet I've never seen the righteous forsaken. You got to remember that when you were young, you don't really, God was with you then, he's with you now. And some of us been through some stuff, almost feel like facing a lion. Sometimes our enemies cause us to be fearful because they come in against us. But God brought you through. He said, I was young. He said, I had to take out Goliath, the giant. And some of us had some giants in our life. And guess what? God was that giant that was in your life and no longer in you. He said, I've never seen the righteous forsaken. As a young man, I had to face the forces of King Saul who wanted to kill me. But I never seen the righteous forsaken. While hiding in a cave, fearing for my life, yet I've never seen the righteous forsaken. Even when I was king, my own son rebelled against me. Yet I've never seen the righteous forsaken. When I grieved from the death of my family members, when I felt like everybody was against me, when I experienced times when people were saying all sorts of mean things about me, yes, David had some ups and some downs in life, which reminds me of a song like that. It's like when she said, I've had my share of life. See, David had to deal with more than his share of family problems. But I believe if David were here today, he would sing that song by Reverend James Cleveland when Cleveland started his song in church. I understand this is how I think it started. Somebody said, somebody wrote, a little old black lady, about 82 years old, she had been through some things. She raised her hand and said, I've been running for Jesus. Some 50 some odd years. And I don't feel no waste time. He said, I've come too far where I started from. Nobody told me the road. But she said, I don't believe the Lord brought me this far. Just to drop me off, just to leave me hanging. He was with me then, he's with me now. I would imagine she had seen some tough times on her journey. But she knew that through it all, she knew the Lord wouldn't bring her this far and leave her. Never alone, never alone. I hear in the book of Hebrews 13 and 5 says, I will never leave you, nor forsake you. Mama may go. Daddy may leave before. But the Lord said He'd never leave you or forsake you. And I discovered that if Daddy leaves, He'll send Grandma. There's a grandpa that fills in the gap. So don't worry about who leaves in your life. God will not only be with you, but He'll send somebody else to keep you on the way. Keep you going. You may have to move to grandma's house, but God said, I'll never leave you. So what He said, I'll take care of you. I may not be there physically, but I'll send somebody your way to keep food on your table, to keep clothes on your back. It may not be Daddy, it may not even be Mama, but it might be Grandma. But I'm going to let you know I'm with you some way or another. You're going to know that I didn't leave you when you're young, and I'm with you while you're old. He didn't bring me this far just to leave me. Yeah, in times in my life when it seemed like our family is falling apart. Brothers and sisters, the devil will tempt you to bow down to the gods of this world. Rather than bow down, you to hold on like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He'll make you believe it will be easier to just quit trying to serve God and go back to the things of this world. The enemy will try to make you believe that God has left you, that He has forsaken you. He'll tell you that the reason you're going through the fire because God doesn't care about you. But I've discovered sometimes God allows things to come in your life to see where your faith is, to see if you're trusting in the good times and in the bad times. But when those times comes, just like David on the little old lady who testified in church, we can all say, I don't believe You brought me. Can you say, I don't believe You brought me this far just to leave me. When I was young, God was still good to me. In the places I went, the places I could have been killed in, God kept me. Because I was young and foolish. Anybody here been young and foolish? But the Lord, we didn't see the danger of those floods and all those wild parties we went to. I remember and I see God guiding my car. I was going to Norman on the wrong side of the road, but God kept me out. But when I was young, now I'm old, and the same God that kept me then, keeping me right now. Yeah, Lord. I was young and didn't realize how that long as you have a little something, you have friends. But when your friends leave you hanging, your so-called friends leave you, it was God who kept His hand on me. And I'll get a witness up in here. David said, I was young, and now I'm an old man. My hair has turned gray, my eyesight has gotten a little dim, my steps have got short, but somebody know what I'm talking about. And my brothers and sisters, in spite of it all, you need to know He didn't bring you this far just to drop you off. Oh Lord, He brought you. You know who started you on your way. He didn't leave you. It was the Lord who clothed you in your right mind. He didn't bring you this far just to drop you off. Thank to God, when you're in the fire, look around and God will be in there with you. Don't panic. Don't get frustrated, but hold on a little while longer. Don't give up. Anybody here felt like giving up? God is still with you yesterday, today, and forevermore. I'm almost done, y'all. I got a few more words to say. But in 2 Corinthians 2, 4, 8, and 9, Paul realized that God would not leave him or forsake him. When we're troubled on every side, yet not distressed. When we're perplexed, but not in despair. When we are persecuted, but not forsaken. When we're cast down, but not ever destroyed. Look how far the Lord has brought you from. I need somebody to look back over their life right now. Look at what the Lord has done for you. Anybody here
testimony about the goodness of the Lord. You almost gave up, but God kept you. He'll keep you yesterday and he'll keep you today. God bless you. God keep you. Hold on. God can change your hand. He won't leave you. He won't forsake you. I know the Lord will bring you. He'll keep you. He said he would never leave you. I don't believe the Lord brought us this far just to leave us alone and drop us off. God bless you. God keep you.